Welcome to Daily English Talks. If you want to speak English confidently in daily life, you are in the right place.
Let's start today's English conversation.
Wait, before you skip this video, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever felt confused when someone says direct speech or indirect speech in English grammar?
Or maybe you heard these words in school and thought, oh no, this sounds like difficult grammar again.
Don't worry, because in today's lesson, we are going to make direct and indirect speech extremely simple and easy to understand.
And by the end of this video, you will be able to understand the difference and use it in real English conversations.
Welcome to Daily English Talks, the channel where you learn English through simple conversations instead of boring grammar rules.
Hi everyone, my name is Jack, and I love helping learners understand English in a practical and natural way.
And I'm Emily, and together we practice English step by step so that anyone can understand it easily.
So, Emily, what exactly are we learning in today's lesson?
Today we are going to learn how to use direct and indirect speech for beginners with clear explanations and simple examples.
If you want to improve your English speaking and grammar at the same time, this lesson is perfect for you.
And before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Daily English Talks for more simple English lessons.
All right, everyone, stay with us because this lesson will make direct and indirect speech much easier than you think.
Let's start the lesson and learn English together. All right, let's begin with the first concept, and that is direct speech, which is actually one of the easiest parts of English grammar to understand.
I've heard this term many times in school, but I never clearly understood what direct speech really means.
Direct speech simply means repeating the exact words that a person said without changing anything in the sentence.
So if someone says something and I repeat their exact words, that becomes direct speech.
Exactly. And when we write direct speech, we usually put the exact words inside quotation marks so that the reader knows these are the original words.
Oh, so quotation marks are used to show that we are not changing the sentence at all.
Yes, that's right. And this helps people clearly understand that the speaker's original words are being repeated.
Can you give a simple example so beginners watching this video can understand it easily?
Sure. Imagine I say, I enjoy learning English because it helps me talk to people from different countries.
So if I tell someone about what you said, I can say, Emily said, I enjoy learning English because it helps me talk to people from different countries.
Perfect. You repeated my exact words without changing anything, and that is a perfect example of direct speech.
That actually feels very easy because we are just repeating the same sentence.
Yes, that is why direct speech is usually the easiest type of reported speech for beginners to learn.
All right, now I understand direct speech much better than before.
Great. In the next part, we will learn about indirect speech and see how it is different from direct speech. Now let's move to the second part of our lesson and understand what indirect speech means in English.
Since we already learned direct speech, I'm guessing indirect speech must be a little different.
Yes, that's right. In indirect speech, we do not repeat the exact words that the speaker said.
So instead of repeating the same sentence, we explain the meaning of what the person said.
Exactly. In indirect speech, we report the message in our own words while keeping the same meaning.
That sounds useful because in real conversations, we usually explain what someone said instead of repeating everything exactly.
Yes, that is why indirect speech is used very often in daily English conversations.
Can you show me the difference between direct speech and indirect speech with an example?
Of course. Direct speech is, Emily said, I am learning English every day.
And how will we say that in indirect speech?
In indirect speech, we can say, Emily said that she was learning English every day.
Oh, I see the difference now. The meaning is the same, but the sentence changes slightly.
Exactly. That small change helps us report what someone said more naturally.
Now the difference between direct speech and indirect speech is much clearer to me.
Great! In the next part, we will learn how to change direct speech into indirect speech step by step. Now that we understand both direct speech and indirect speech, let's learn how to change a direct sentence into indirect speech step by step.
Yes, this is the part that usually confuses many English learners.
Don't worry, because once you understand the basic rule, it becomes much easier than it looks.
So what is the first thing we usually change when converting direct speech into indirect speech?
The most common change happens in the tense of the sentence, because the time of the action often shifts when we report what someone said.
That means the verb in the sentence may change slightly.
Exactly. Let's look at a simple example to understand this clearly.
Yes, examples always make grammar easier to understand.
Direct speech. Jack said, "I am tired after work today."
So what will be the indirect speech version of that sentence?
Indirect speech will be, Jack said that he was tired after work that day.
Oh, I noticed that am changed to was and today changed to that day.
Exactly. These small changes help the sentence sound natural when we report what someone said.
Now I understand how direct speech slowly changes when we convert it into indirect speech.
Great! In the next part, we will look at more real-life examples to make this concept even clearer. Now let's look at a few more real-life examples so that you can clearly understand how direct speech changes into indirect speech.
Yes, examples always help me understand grammar much faster.
All right, here is the first example. Direct speech. Emily said, "I love reading English books in my free time."
So if I change that into indirect speech, I would say that Emily said that she loved reading English books in her free time.
Excellent! You changed the sentence correctly, and the meaning is still the same.
Let's try another example so our viewers can practice with us.
Good idea. Direct speech. Jack said, "I will start learning English seriously this year."
The indirect speech could be, Jack said that he would start learning English seriously that year.
Perfect. You changed will to would and this year to that year.
I'm starting to see a pattern now. Small words change so the sentence sounds natural when we report it.
Exactly. And with practice, these changes will become very easy for you.
That means learners should try to practice with different sentences every day.
Yes, practicing with real-life sentences is the best way to improve your English grammar.
This is becoming much clearer than the way grammar is usually taught in textbooks.
Great! In the next part, we will do a short practice conversation so you can see how direct and indirect speech are used naturally. Now, let's do a short practice conversation so you can see how direct speech and indirect speech are used in real situations.
That sounds great, because practice always helps us remember grammar better.
Imagine our friend Sarah says, "I am preparing for my English exam tomorrow."
So if I report what Sarah said, I would say that Sarah said that she was preparing for her English exam the next day.
Excellent! You changed the sentence correctly while keeping the same meaning.
Let's try another example to make it even clearer for our viewers.
All right. Tom said, "I enjoy watching English learning videos on YouTube."
In indirect speech, I would say that Tom said that he enjoyed watching English learning videos on YouTube.
Perfect. That is exactly how indirect speech works in real conversations.
I think learners watching this video can now understand how to use both direct speech and indirect speech.
Yes, the most important thing is to practice with simple sentences every day.
The more you practice, the more natural it will feel when you speak English.
Great job! Now let's quickly summarize what we learned today. Now let's learn how questions change when we convert direct speech into indirect speech.
Oh yes, that sounds interesting, because questions usually look a little different from normal sentences.
Exactly. And the main idea is that when we report a question, we usually change the question into a statement form.
So the sentence stops looking like a question and starts looking like a normal statement.
Yes, and we also remove the quotation marks because we are no longer repeating the exact words.
Can you show an example so beginners can understand this clearly?
Sure. Direct speech, Jack said, "Where are you going?"
So the indirect speech could be, Jack asked where I was going.
Perfect. You changed the question into a statement and also changed the tense correctly.
That makes sense because we are reporting the question instead of asking it directly.
Exactly. And that is how questions are usually changed in indirect speech.
This actually feels easier when we see real examples.
Yes, grammar always becomes clearer when we learn it through conversations.
I think our viewers will now understand how questions change in reported speech.
Great. In the next part, we will look at commands and requests in direct and indirect speech. Now, let's understand how commands and requests change when we convert them into indirect speech.
So this means sentences where someone tells another person to do something.
Exactly. Commands and requests are very common in daily conversations.
I'm curious to see how those sentences change.
Let's look at a simple example. Direct speech. Emily said, "Close the door."
So the indirect speech could be, Emily told me to close the door.
Perfect. You used the word to with the verb, which is very common in indirect commands.
What about a polite request instead of a command?
Good question. Direct speech. Emily said, "Please help me with this work."
The indirect speech could be, Emily asked me to help her with that work.
Excellent. That is a correct transformation.
Now I understand how both commands and requests work in indirect speech.
Yes, and with practice, these changes will feel very natural.
I think learners will find these examples very useful.
Great! In the next part, we will practice with a short conversation using both direct and indirect speech. Now let's practice with a small conversation so you can see how direct and indirect speech are used in real life.
That sounds like a great way to understand this topic better.
Imagine our friend David says, "I am starting an English speaking course next week."
If I report this to someone else, I can say that David said he was starting an English speaking course the following week.
Perfect! You changed the tense and the time expression correctly.
Let's try another sentence to make the idea even clearer.
All right. Sarah said, "I practice English every day to improve my speaking skills."
The indirect speech would be, Sarah said that she practiced English every day to improve her speaking skills.
Excellent! That sentence keeps the same meaning while reporting what Sarah said.
I feel much more confident about direct and indirect speech now.
That's great! And our viewers should also try making their own sentences for practice.
The more you practice, the easier this grammar topic will become.
In the next part, we will do a quick review of everything we learned today. All right, everyone, we have now reached the end of today's lesson, and we hope direct speech and indirect speech feel much clearer and easier than before.
In this lesson, we learned that direct speech means repeating the exact words that someone said using quotation marks.
And indirect speech means reporting the same message in our own words while keeping the meaning the same.
We also practiced how sentences, questions, and even commands can change when we convert them into indirect speech.
Remember, grammar becomes easier when you practice with real sentences and try to use them in daily conversations.
So try to make a few sentences of your own using direct and indirect speech after watching this video.
And if this lesson helped you understand English better, please support the channel.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Daily English Talks, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new English lesson.
Also, tell us in the comments which English topic you want us to explain in the next video.
Thank you so much for learning English with us today.
Keep practicing, keep improving, and we will see you in the next lesson on Daily English Talks.